Imagine a company that looks perfect on paper. They have a top-tier product, state-of-the-art technology, and excellent cash flow. But inside the building, the reality is miserable. Projects face chronic delays, cross-departmental communication is broken, and their absolute best employees are packing up their desks and quitting. Faced with this crisis, management often defaults to blaming the workforce. They label the staff as lazy, unmotivated, or overly demanding. To fix the drop in morale, leadership often rolls out superficial Band-Aid solutions. They try to patch a sinking ship with a Friday afternoon pizza party or a new ping pong table. When highly capable people flee a seemingly successful company, the defect rarely lies with the individuals. The invisible organizational structure is actively driving them out the door. Management theorist W. Edwards Deming famously argued that human failure is usually an illusion. His research established a stark ratio for organizational failure. 94% of business problems are driven by the system. Only 6% result from the people themselves. Toxic employee behavior is viewed as a rational response to the grinding pressure of a poorly designed environment. To cure these dysfunctions, executives must stop acting like disciplinarians and start acting like diagnosticians. They need to X-ray the company's structural framework. True morale is found in the level of ownership an employee feels over their work and the psychological safety required to speak the truth without fear of retribution. High absenteeism and quiet quitting serve as clear indicators of a micromanagement crisis, where top-down control has successfully suffocated all individual initiative. When top-tier talent starts resigning, pay attention. These star employees aren't usually leaving the company. They are fleeing toxic managers and cultures that have become emotionally unsafe. Tracking the exodus of your highest achievers acts as the ultimate vital sign, pinpointing exactly where the organizational environment has turned poisonous. Performance evaluation structures dictate human behavior. Employees will align their actions exactly with what their KPIs reward them to do. Consider Siam Tech Solutions. This software firm was suffering a massive brain drain of its senior developers, and the reason was hidden in their metrics. The company suffered from conflicting KPIs. Developers earned bonuses based entirely on speed, while QA testers were evaluated strictly on bugs flagged. This created an internal war. Developers rushed sloppy code, while QA hunted microscopic errors. The departments were structurally incentivized to despise each other. These employees weren't inherently uncooperative. The company's own nervous system was paying them to sabotage one another. The third diagnostic check involves the organizational skeleton, identifying skill gaps caused by flawed promotion structures. This is the Peter Principle. A company promotes its best technical expert into management as a reward. Because coding and people management are different skills, the company loses a great worker and gains an overwhelmed boss. The subordinate team quickly begins to disintegrate. Rewarding technical excellence with management responsibilities destroys both the individual's career trajectory and the team's collective morale. At Siam Tech, the CEO realized that throwing higher salaries at the fleeing employees was useless. Throwing money cannot fix a broken structure. First, they unified goals. Developers and QA now shared one outcome: a timely, bug-free launch, forcing collaboration. Next, they built a dual career ladder, allowing technical experts to earn raises as specialists without being forced into management. Within a single quarter, the friction between departments began to stabilize. The exodus of senior talent stalled, allowing the firm to halt the cycle of desperate salary bumps and begin a long-term cultural recovery. Every leader should run this diagnostic. Are you measuring true morale? Do your KPIs force departments into conflict? And are you providing growth paths for your technical specialists? The hardest test is whether the system protects high performers who exhibit toxic behavior. When a business tolerates a star who mistreats colleagues, it signals that the system values short-term numbers over long-term stability. Leadership author Simon Sinek points to a fundamental truth of business. Customers will never love a company until the employees love it first. You cannot buy loyalty, but by fixing the underlying organizational structure, you create an ecosystem where employees actually want the company to succeed.